success as a real estate agent. Targeting your prospects. In targeting FSBOs for conversion, use the following section criteria: clear motivation to sell, a short selling time frame, a specific place they need to be by a certain date, the capacity to sell at fair market value with a commission, a high demand home in a high demand neighborhood, owners who don't have a best friend or relative who is a real estate agent. You need to ask owners these questions to understand how they fit into your criteria. By asking, you know which prospects to invest your time in. The best approach to target FSBOs for conversion is to create a top 10, top 20, or even top 30 list. If you try to work much beyond 30 FSBOs, excellent service becomes a difficult proposition. If you pursue the best 30 FSBOs, knowing that even 50% or 15 of the 30 are likely to list in the next 60 days, you have a solid number of prospects of about 8 to 10 a month. If you provide solid advice, counsel, service, and care, you can get 30% of those 8 to 10 FSBOs to interview with you. Depending on your skill in the interview, you may convert 2 to 3 prospects into listings each month. Think about it, a business source that generates 2 or 3 listings a month is a great source of business. And even if it delivers only 2 a month, that's still 24 listings a year. Not bad. Making the initial contact. Making initial contact with owners of FSBO homes is the toughest step for most agents. So I recommend that you make calls as soon as you see an FSBO come onto the market. By doing this, you can call owners of new listings to have a professional conversation before the onslaught of calls from other agents begins to come through. If you're the first agent to place a call or attend a FSBO open house, you'll find some owners more open to dialogue. You'll also find it easier to distinguish yourself when you're the first to get through, rather than after 50 other agents have already done so. Some FSBOs are diehard and will be dismissive in needing your assistance. This attitude may come from a previous negative experience or from overconfidence. Don't be bothered by this, because most of these FSBOs will soften over time. Putting the mail carrier to work. Because of the 4 to 5 week sales cycle involved in converting FSBOs to listings, you can use mailers more effectively with them than you can when dealing with expired listings. By mailing helpful items once or twice a week, you give yourself a reason to make follow-up phone calls on a regular basis. After every face-to-face or significant phone contact, follow up with handwritten thank you notes. The owners are getting mail from many other real estate agents, so to avoid the round file, also known as the trash can, personalize your notes with handwritten exterior addresses. Also, use your mailers to send useful information that sellers may need. Too often, agents act like the adversaries of FSBO sellers. Take a different and better approach by helping them out. Most have no idea what they really need to do to complete the sale. For example, if they receive helpful advice from you every 5 days, when it comes time to sign their home over to a listing agent, they're more likely to think favorably of your interview invitation. To use mailers effectively, follow these suggestions. Send the owners a property disclosure form and information on disclosure laws, including how the law affects the value and the sale of their home. Buyers can back out even at the last minute if the owners don't handle this detail properly. Sending a sample purchase and sale contract and maybe a counter offer form, along with the explanation that nothing ever gets agreed upon in the first contract. Send owners of older homes a lead-based paint disclosure form to give the buyer of the home if appropriate. Ask your lender to prepare a financing sheet that the owners can give to the buyer. Send numerous other items to service FSBO sellers and create a connection, including the following: sample net revenue sheets, sample work through inspection forms, updated market analyst reports for comparable properties, sample brochures of photos of the owner's home, cash registers for the use of the showings, lead tracking forms, the log information, the people who call about the home, list of homes that would meet the owner's needs if they're looking to purchase a new home in the area, free reports after selling their home. Free reports are an effective device because they enable owners to educate themselves and increase their likelihood of success, while simultaneously positioning you as the expert. By sending these reports, you establish yourself as a strong resource to help them succeed. Then, when they don't succeed, you'll be there to pick up the pieces and list and sell their home. Dialing for dollars. As you work your high priority FSBO homeowners, make phone or in-person contact at least once a week. Use this communications to see how sales activities have been, whether a weekend open house is scheduled, whether they get your latest mailing, and most important, whether they send they're sold the home. A portion of FSBOs sell on their own, but a big difference lies between getting a purchase offer and closing the deal. The fact that the owners achieve a sale doesn't mean that they'll get their money. The quality of buyers who shop FSBOs is lower than that of those who shop homes listed in the MLS. For this reason, when FSBO sellers report that they've sold their home, we keep following up. A large number of these sales fall apart before closing. When that happens, sellers who thought they were on the downhill slope have a white flag and call in a real estate agent. Make sure that you're still in touch with that moment of frustration arrives. Overcoming rejection and staying resilient. FSBO sellers will reject you because they prefer not to use your services. But if you maintain a steady professional relationship, offering help and staying in contact for 4 or 5 weeks, you'll usually be able to win an interview. From there, if you have excellent presentation skills and listing follows, increase your odds of success by taking these 2 precautions. Limit the number of FSBOs you cultivate. Focus only on the best potential clients as described in the section targeting your prospects earlier in this chapter. Avoid prospects with low motivation or unrealistically high price expectations. These sellers are usually the most toxic, and too often they'll try to take their frustration out on you. Coming face to face. To make personal contact, begin by asking the FSBO seller if you can come by and see the home. You can explain that you want to stay informed of the regional housing inventory, that you're working with buyers who may be interested, or that you're a potential investor, following our sample scripts for each approach. Script for keeping up with the inventory. Your home is located in my core area of sales. Because it is, I'd like to come by and preview your home. Would there be a time on blank or blank to do that this week? Script for working with a prospective buyer. I understand you're selling your home on your own. Let me ask you this. Are you cooperating with real estate agents? What I mean is if a real estate agent brought you a qualified buyer at an agreeable price to you, would you be willing to pay a partial commission? We're working with a few buyers for your area that we haven't been able to place yet. May I come by blank or blank later this week to see your home? When you use the script for prospective buyer approach, understand that you're not interested in reducing your commission. What you're really trying to do is to achieve a face-to-face appointment to collect more information and motivation to determine the probability of securing a listing in the future. Script for a potential investor. Your home is located in a solid area for real estate investment. I was wondering if I could come by to see your home as a possible investment purchase to see if it's a property that would meet my investment needs. Would blank or blank be better for you? There's a bit more, but we're going to take a break. Thank you so much for watching Success with Real Estate. See you later. Bye.